Also, is there a Dr. Ed
NCAM.
NCAM? Yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting for her to hop on.
Oh, okay. Well, no. Let me just look really quickly, and I'll tell you this gentleman's name because I will slaughter it if I don't.
Okay.
Ed as in Waffler.
Ed.
Ed, yeah.
ED, Ed?
Yeah, Ed.
Okay.
Is he's in your group, correct?
No.
Oh.
No.
He's also a gentleman who lives in New Jersey. And so I just assumed that he was part of your group. So I apologize.
I don't know any Ed, but he's from Nigeria?
Yes, and he lives in New Jersey. So
Huh.
Is it on Pure? In Pure?
He's in Pure. He met Darren last year at a meeting, and he's been communicating with us as well. He learned that we were moving to open the market as well. He lives in Trenton, New Jersey.
And he came to my New Jersey event and met Darren?
Yes. So anyways, he may be in I would assume he was in your group.
What's his last name?
Let me spell it out just because. EZENWAFOR, and he's a medical doctor.
EZENWFOR,
and he's a doctor.
FOR.
Maybe he's on Rachel's team, and but he's definitely not in my organization.
Okay, all right. My apologies. I made an assumption.
No, that's okay. You never know. But I'll have to figure that out. But okay. So we also have David, who's joined us, who is also from Nigeria, who's Esther's brother. He's in Canada. David's one of our Canadians. Hi, David. This is Tim. Just jumped on to listen in, but he's working, so he's just kind of like listening in here.
No, I understand.
But is also, has a lot of family and friends, and wants to wrap his head around this too. Okay. So you start. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, perfect. So we have been working, I've been working for a couple of months now on looking at the opportunity of expanding our Pure business first into Nigeria, then later into the nation of Ghana. So those are, we are proceeding along those lines. I've hired a gentleman who's originally from Nigeria, who now lives in Dallas, Texas. His name is Benjamin Peter. And he is from originally from the north of Nigeria, but has lived in the United States for several years. He has an MBA, he's highly educated, and he has worked with a company by the name of Max International in those markets, as well as a company Trevon out of Oklahoma City. He has taken those markets and has grown those businesses significantly, and we are fortunate enough to hire him away from his former company. He began as a full-time employee on December 1st. So he's been, and he has just returned. He spent a week in both Nigeria and Ghana last week, and he's been back in town, and we're kind of just, again, formalizing our plans. What I can tell you right now is that we are proceeding along to register 6 products initially in the state in Nigeria, and the reason we've settled for 6 is because it costs approximately $10,000 per product to register in the country. So we have to registered label. We have to have a specific label for Nigeria. We cannot register the name Pure alone in the market, or P.U.U.R.E. like we are in the United States. So we are going to be called Live Pure Nigeria. So our brand in Nigeria will say, and the products that we are initially going to go with are Sleep Trim. We are going to go with Daily Build. We're going to go with Mila, Sulfur, and Watermelon Energy. And we are also working on a cellular detox product that it will be exclusive for West Africa. And that product will not be available in the United States until after we've launched in Nigeria. And we're going to give the Nigerian people exclusivity for that for probably 3 or 4 months. It's along the lines of our detox, but it's also a cellular energy product as well. It'll be fascinating when we're able to release more information on it. What we've also decided to do for the Nigerian market is, in the United States, to be active in the business, it's 100 PV per month, or about $140. In Nigeria, we will go with only 50 PV, and we will try to keep that in the $75 range to be fully commission eligible. We just felt that in that marketplace, for us to reach more people, it would be better to have basically a lower PV requirement. And so we hope that that's a blessing to everybody, that we can reach more
in that. Other than that, we will create for Nigeria, we will have, packs of, we'll have a 500 PV pack for those who want it, a 1500 pack who can, of course, afford it. They will receive the same PEB bonus. As you all know, our Pure Shares are going away at the end of the year. So we will not be able to offer Pure Shares to our to West Africa, but we will be able to offer the full PEB bonus as we have in the United States. The team commissions, 10% will be the same. People will be able to, basically, it'll be whatever you've learned in the United States about our commission plan, it'll be the same. They will be eligible to go on the same diamond trips as we have in the United States. It's just, I'll be honest, the next one is in Hawaii and it ends in March. I don't believe we'll have time for anybody to commit to that. But a year from now, I expect, for us to have 5, 6, 7 people from those markets going on our next trip. And, that'll be a fabulous opportunity for our IBOs in West Africa to do that. At this point, are there any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Wait, real quick. Is the Daily Build liquid or capsules, Tim?
We're in the process of registering both.
Oh.
We're just trying to see which one we can do. As you know, at any time when you work with governments, sometimes they'll come back and say, oh, we don't like this, we don't like that. We're trying to do this without any changes to the product. Some people there's some good about the liquid, that people prefer liquids in the market, and that's been Benjamin's experience. But at the same time, we want to be cognitive of that there may be some storage issues, because once you open a Daily Build, then you need to, as you know, keep it in your refrigerator.
Right. Same thing with sulfur. Is it capsules or the tub?
It'll be capsules.
And then the energy is the tub or the sticks?
Sticks.
Sticks.
And the reason that we've gone with the sticks is for energy is that our experience has shown that, I'm going to turn on my car again because my speaker's not working properly.
Okay, we can hear you. We just can't see you now.
Yeah, just a second.
Okay.
I'm hoping that the speaker will kick on.
All right, perfect. So, so basically we're going to go with the energy sticks because in a 30-pack, we believe that people will be able to then turn around and retail them to their friends and family. So they may go out and sell a bag of 30. They may go out and sell 20 of them to turn around and buy another bag.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that, and that's been our experience in some other countries as well, that people prefer to be able to, products that are more retailable. So, like our Pure Cafe in Thailand, people will go out and actually sell 1 or 2 sticks to people and basically retail it.
Okay.
So now I can hear you guys. Great.
Okay. Well, I'll let Esther start.
Okay, so the PV is going to work for them the same way it is, as in if we sign up somebody here that is under PV, and because it's a sponsor, the under PV will apply to that person above, like any other, and then the equivalent in US dollars will be paid in Naira to them.
We will, how we're paying commissions in Nigeria, we will do bank deposits in Naira.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what. But the equivalent. So if it's $10 here, whatever $10 is in Nigeria, equivalent will be paid to them.
Correct. And what we'll do is we will set an company exchange rate. And so as we know, the Naira fluctuates, and then every 3 months we will make a decision if we have to change to do that. But what we're also going to do is I'm going to try to set the pricing that that all of the products should be around 25 PV. So like energy is 40 PV in the United States. I'm going to try to adjust that so that it's 25 PV or 50 PV, and then we'll make pricing adjustments there. But I just want it being very straightforward. You buy 2 items, you're commission eligible. You buy, potentially 1 item, you're commission eligible. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of us having 40 PV on an item, because if you buy 3 of them, you got too much PV to be eligible, right? I like 25s, I like 50s, I like 100s.
Okay. So if they do the 500, because my understanding before was 500 PV, so you're saying that there's going to be, for the package for the builders, so there's going to be option for 1500 PV. Now, will the $25 be waived for 500 PV or no?
I believe so, yes. We haven't finally got all that done, but the $25 would be waived for probably somebody by 500 pack, yes.
Okay, so I think we're looking at 500 pack being like $700, $750 equivalent.
It will be very close. I just have, honestly, we've got, as we look at Nigeria, I want you all to understand that we will ship product from the United States. They'll be shipped, as you know, you send if you send stuff back to home, you have shipping costs. And as a company, we also will be subject to a 20% import tariff. So our cost to get it to market will be high. And so that's where I'm going to be, in the coming days, we're going to be setting prices. So that's where I'm estimating that 50 PV in Nigeria will be in the $75 range, because our cost it's just more expensive to do business there. But
Yeah.
we'll balance it out so that it's also market competitive, and we want people to that other compared to other direct selling companies, that for them to do the business and for us to do the business, it's very similar.
So it's going to be okay for them to sell product, because I was telling them
Oh.
that you don't need to sell products. You know, everybody just go online to order their products. So not necessarily.
Well, no, we'll eventually, of course, we'll have an online shop that they'll be able to buy product. I'm working on a project to be able to bring that to the cell phone, because, I mean, here in the United States, we have an app that you can manage your business. Do you know that it doesn't work in Canada? Our app doesn't work in Canada. It doesn't work in Australia. So
Okay.
the American IBOs have been very spoiled because there's some other countries we just don't have the capability. But by the end of next year, I want to be able to have the same capability using your phone, using a tablet, using your PC, so that we have the same capability, same shopping experience in New Jersey as we do in Lagos.
Mhm.
So if they go to livepurenigeria.com on the internet, can they order products or no?
Yes, and so it'll be our URL for Nigeria. It's not set up yet because we're still pre-marketing. It'll
Yeah.
probably be I want to say it'll be ng.livepure.com.
Mm-hmm.
But yes,
Okay.
so basically they will have a website just like your replicated site, but there the difference will be only the 6 products
Mm-hmm.
that are available for Nigeria will be visible.
Okay,
They
will there
won't have.
be, oh, sorry. Okay, how soon do you think, depending on the IBOs that we have, that you can probably have a warehouse that probably, you know, just ship so much stuff to Nigeria, and then from that spot, you know, it can be distributed to IBOs so that the cost is not long lasting, because it's just a matter of time. You know, some people may start just say, you know, I can't afford it. So what would you be looking at to be able to have a warehouse and just ship from US, let it be in the warehouse, and others can go from there?
No, from day one, we anticipate to have all of our product in a warehouse in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
We won't ship. We don't want to ship product from Texas to somebody who lives in, you know, eastern Nigeria. It'll be too complicated. It's slow. But what we will do is we will establish a warehouse, probably in Lagos, and there we will ship via courier to people who live in, you know, the
Anywhere
east,
in
or they will
Nigeria.
live north. Yes. Or is it, what is the other big city?
Abuja. Abuja.
Abuja. Yeah.
The capital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And so we want to be, ultimately, the experience will be the same. You will be able to order online. You'll be able to get your product delivered to your home, to a pickup center, because I know that some people, they actually have things delivered to a city pickup center,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go and show their ID, and then the couriers hand it over to them.
Okay. When do you think we're going to really start in Nigeria? For me, I was saying it, I really want us to start before Maui, so I can use my point towards Maui. Is it a possibility? Because we, like my team, we have enrolled close to 100 people, really. So.
Okay, I am anticipating it will be the end of March, 1st of April.
Oh my God. I need to
March,
go to
now
Maui.
he cuts off March 25th, Tim.
Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna, like I say, the opportunity now here. I mean, I'll be honest. If you sign people up, they now have an IBO number. They could order product from the U.S. catalog. They could ship it to your home. You will get the volume, and then you would be responsible for getting it to Nigeria.
Okay,
That's
that's one
Your
option.
your people in Nigeria today, if they have an IBO number, they can sponsor somebody in California.
Yes,
They
I
can
know that.
sponsor somebody in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
But because they are not live, so like I tried to order something, they say you have to call the corporate because it's not live in Nigeria yet. We're just enrolling.
Yeah, we're just enrolling, but again, since they have an IBO number, they can turn around and use their website, and they could, call and have somebody enroll. And I can help facilitate that. If they've got somebody back here that they want to sign up, they can get the volume now, and their volume will hold until they're ready to be paid commissions.
Okay. Can you please, if it's okay, tell us the name of the MLM person that joined from Nigeria that instigated the Nigerian market? The person that contacted Pure or that moved over to Pure?
I cannot. He's an American and a Canadian.
He's an American. Oh. Okay.
And I cannot. I feel uncomfortable revealing his name until he decides to reveal it.
So he's not in Nigeria. He's not based in Nigeria.
No.
Oh. Okay.
He is. All I can say is that he is the former master distributor at another American company.
Okay.
That he decided to. He was recruited by one of our Korean Americans.
Okay.
And he joined. And when he joined, he came and said, "My heart is to help the people of West Africa."
Okay.
That is my ministry. That he's a Christian, and a very devout Christian. And and the lady from Canada, she is actually a minister who's she's had a church in Nigeria. She now lives back in the United States, or she lives in Canada, and they have been basically working with us on building this opportunity.
Okay, that's good enough. So people that we enroll now, and when they go live in Nigeria and they don't want to do anything, so will the system just flush them out, or they'll be there for a while, or how?
Yes. So some of them probably originally what we were going to do was there's the $25 enrollment fee, and our credit card processor told us it would take about a week to set that up. It hasn't happened yet. So what we've done is we've extended everybody for 3 months. So basically by the beginning of March, everybody who is registered, they will need to either buy a 500 PV pack, and I'll just say it right now, we're going to waive that, or they'll pay the $25 to secure their spot. If they don't, then it'll be like here in the United States. They have basically another 90 days. They'll go inactive. If they don't go active, then the system will flush them, and they will have to sign up again.
Okay. So, if you are thinking of them joining, I mean, if we're starting in Nigeria end of March or early April, why would you charge them in March when there's nothing? Because there's no product they're buying, and their $25 is going to start counting from there. I felt that it should be from when we go live, products are available, then people that want to buy, they start buying, and they're 25. Just like us now, if we join to buy product, and we sign up at that point in time. So it's when we are about to start live, products are available, and we are going to start shipping, then I think that's when the $25 should be effective.
You are right. So smart. Again, one of the little issues with our system is that we have a 90-day limit that we can extend the free that enrollment. So what we'll have to do is that if we're not ready to go by March 1st or end of March, then we will have to extend that to everybody. I
Mhm.
agree.
Yeah, because there's going to be some crossover there. We've been putting people in for the last, I don't know, week or two, which is, beginning mid-December, which takes us to mid-March. There's going to be
Well,
time.
and basically, again, it's a system limitation that we could only extend it for 90 days. But what we do is we get closer, we can now push it out again.
Okay.
So we can renew them for another 30 days or whatever. But
So
well,
basically, if they get that email, Tim, not to panic, because it's going to say your renewal is 30 days.
No one now should be getting that email.
No.
Okay.
It was just it was a system. I did not know that you got an email, or did not think, and the IT team did not tell me that you would get an email 30 days before your IBO ship expires.
Right.
So basically, they signed up and they immediately got that email because
Right. The system.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's just that was an oversight. It's getting a little dark here, so you probably can't see me. Let me
That's
turn
okay.
on light.
Yeah, it's fine.
You want to
Okay,
see
so
my pretty? You want to see my
yeah.
pretty face?
I'll just allow other people to ask questions.
Deborah, do you have a question?
Okay. Yes, well, most of it has already been answered. I think the only pending one is the NAFDAC number. I think you were saying something about a regulatory body. Will the products have a NAFDAC number?
They will have to have an NAFDAC number.
Okay.
And we're in the process of registering them, and that's the $10,000 fee per item that we've budgeted.
So that came straight from that government, that company, because from that body, because that's kind of expensive.
I'm just asking because, is it because it's an international firm? Normal pure water on the streets of Nigeria have NAFDAC number. I'm just trying to see the correlation between why is that high and when
Exactly.
a normal trader on the streets would have
Basically what we've done is, because we're trying to accelerate this, sometimes
Right.
NAFDAC takes 9 months, it takes a year. So we're
okay.
fast tracking it. We've hired consultants, and I'm just saying we budget high so that we know what we're expecting, right?
Okay.
If we can do it for $5,000, it's a winner, right?
Okay.
But what it is, it's a commitment from Darren, from Mr. Jung, that look, we're going to invest in making sure that our products are legal. And our products, in many of our other countries, we can simply take an American product and slap a sticker on the back, and we're compliant with the law. From what I understand, we may be able to do the first shipment with that. We might be able to just put a sticker over the energy and say NAFDAC number this, but then going forward, we were going to have a package that's designated only for Nigeria. Because like right now, if we send a product to Canada, it's the same exact product as if it's in the United States. If we send something to Australia, it's the same label, right? It's NFR. But for us to be on the ground, legal in Nigeria, we will need to have those NAFDAC numbers.
Okay. Another question that I have here is, I know you did mention having a warehouse in Lagos. I know Lagos definitely because it's more of the capital in terms of the location. But are you also considering another state close to the port, for instance, Ogun State? There they have the largest industrial estate, and doing business is a lot cheaper in Ogun State than in Lagos State. Because if you think about the supply chain or the logistics in Lagos and traffic, that could cause a number of issues when it comes to logistical purposes. So I was just thinking, if you're thinking about another state to put the warehouse rather than Lagos State.
potentially because again, Lagos is down on the coast and it's far from everybody because Nigeria it's a big country. So
Yes.
I've asked those same questions, and Benjamin, who is again are going to be our he's the vice president of Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and very soon we'll be able to have a Zoom call like this with him and with any of our other potential other leaders, and he will be able to explain his experience and why we're doing it this way. He's much better of an answer on that than myself.
Okay.
At least let's have a starting point, which is okay,
Yeah,
And
and
then if there's need
ultimately,
for anything.
just like here in the United States, we have, 2 warehouses currently, but we're also working on a third because we're always trying to get product closer to people and be able to, have a better customer service.
Okay, so I hope that also our product is very, very competitive compared to what they have in terms of its potency. I don't know the products in Nigeria. I know there are all kind of MLM. Because I told a lot of guys, just going to need them. Just knowing what pure is here and the potency of our products. So I hope that, our market is going to beat whatever they have there.
Well, I expect, if our products are in the desktop physician's reference,
Yes,
the PDR,
I guess that. Mm-hmm.
it's going to be the same product. I am very hopeful that we are able to take the product as is and move and get it approved for Nigeria and for the other countries. Did you know? Goyen, the U.S. formula of Goyen is not acceptable in Japan.
Wow.
There is herbs in that did not allow us to register that product to sell it in country. We had to modify and have a Japan-specific formula. From what I understand so far, our preliminary indications are that we will not have to change those items. And so there were some other items. Correct. There were some other products that we were looking at that may have presented some major changes to the formula that we decided not to move yet on those products. But the great thing is that, ultimately, like the superfruit juices, I'm working on a project, and I'll just tell you, long term, I don't believe glass bottles are going to be successful in West Africa.
Glass bottles?
Glass bottles.
Right.
Like Goyen, right? But I believe that either a plastic PET bottle may be successful, or better yet, on the goes.
Mm-hmm.
Single
Absolutely.
serve.
Yep.
On
Because
the what?
On the go packets.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's just thinking here, daily build liquid. Wouldn't it be great to have a daily build in a single serve packet that somebody could buy 30, they could retail 15 of them, make enough money to go and buy another pack, right? So they would consume half of the pack, but then they're able to sell, ones and twos to their customers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really want that going in Nigeria because I know it's going to really benefit a lot of them. I know Mila will do the same thing going does, but
Yes.
I will consider that as one of the next liquids to be shipped to Nigeria if they're going to look into it. Yeah, going is a great option.
Going and Noni.
Yeah, Goyen and Noni. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So again, I think that as we start and establish and become and understand the needs for the market, then we'll take the opportunity to again invest and get the NASDAQ certification and go from there.
So
Is there any
well,
reason
since
why the cleanse is not going to Nigeria, either the caps or the liquid?
It was in consultation with this other group, what product they thought would be effective, and speaking to Rachel. So
yeah,
those are
yeah,
that's where we narrowed it down to, you know, Mila, to sulfur, to energy, and to daily build, and again, we're developing a product that we anticipate to launch maybe around the April timeframe, May timeframe, that will be exclusive for Nigeria. It should be so good that Melissa will be jealous that it's not selling here.
Can't wait to hear about it. Can't wait to hear about it. What are the incentives for the IBOs, David's asking? You mean as far as
in
trips
Nigeria.
in Nigeria?
Well, we're going to plan those out. Again, the initial one will be that the Diamond Retreat will be open to any leader in Nigeria hit that 3 times. They will be eligible to go to, again, I don't think there'll be enough time for them to go to Maui.
No.
But but very soon, you know, when you're all in Maui, we're going to be announcing where we're going in 2020.
Mm-hmm. And
And
what about the cruises?
no,
Okay.
no, the cruises are for North America.
Okay.
But what we can do, and we'll start to develop, is we'll have an equivalent to, and again, I'm just thinking here,
Mm-hmm.
if it's, you know, the difficulties when it becomes outside of the country, that sometimes visas are necessary. But, you know, if we're able to do a let's call it a platinum event every 6 months in Nigeria, that would be an opportunity. Or every 6 months we're able to go to, you know, an equivalent cruise, you know, an equivalent trip or something. Those
Right.
are still developed. I mean, I can tell you we're working on a grand opening incentive that the company will give away 3 cars.
What? 3 cars?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
We get that too?
No.
But I mean, as you know, as Esther and them can attest, they won't be brand new cars, but there is an idea of purchasing 3 nice used vehicles and then offering that up as a incentive at the beginning.
Yeah.
So we'll have those details later. Again, we want to be in Benjamin. Again, he knows the industry, he knows the market, he knows what motivates people in the marketplace, and I will defer to him.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, so when are we going to be able to meet this Benjamin? Because we want to get everything. For me as a person, I don't like giving people wrong information, because again, it's integrity thing. I know it's new company, so I want to be careful what, you know, to know what, I mean, pretty much I've not really gone out of what you discussed, telling my people, you know, that I enroll.
Yeah, so I would think that, you know, next week is a little.
Also asking this question.
Oh.
So there, you know.
Oh, you cut out there.
Well, first of all, if you have, we can do a Zoom call with Benjamin perhaps early next week, or I mean, early next week is Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be difficult. But if you can send me an email, tim@livepure.com, I will forward it on to Benjamin. I will make the introductions, and maybe you can start to converse with him via email.
Okay. Team
I mean,
at livepure.com to you, right?
correct. And Benjamin's email, I mean, I won't give that out. I will let Benjamin make that decision to give it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the only issue is the January. Well, now it's March, because within the February, March time frame of next year, it's the election period. So
Yes.
it's either before the elections or after the elections, because the Nigerian atmosphere during that period can be a little bit volatile. So if Benjamin is thinking about the launch period, rather than making it too far off from January, maybe April would be early April would be a better date.
Yeah.
That
And
might be something that he'll be considering.
I know he's
How does
considering.
that affect?
Yeah, because I know that he was even last week a candidate for governor in an eastern province of Nigeria was in Dallas and campaigning,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
and Benjamin met with him as well. So that's a good point, and we need to look at that.
Yes.
Again, the possibility we can only move as fast as the government gives us permission to move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's why I'm like I say, end of mid-March to April is kind of what our plans are. But
I pray it to be faster.
I
I
absolutely
I'm a prayer. I will be praying.
Yeah.
well, and that's where like I say, we'll know more as we continue the conversation and working with the regulatory body. That again, we have to. This is the only country I've ever seen that we have to register the trademark. So we have to call our sleep trim. Instead of it, we just call it sleep trim, and then it's somewhere on the label. It's distributed by People United Reaching Everyone. In Nigeria, we're going to have to call it Live Pure Sleep Trim.
Mm.
That's the labeling. That's the trademark. That's the law. Then down at the bottom, we're going to have that NASDAQ ID number.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to actually put that on the label.
Mm-hmm.
So if what I want is, okay, Nigeria government, these products are so valuable, we want to get them in sooner. Will you allow us one time to take American labels, put a sticker on it, and say, this is who we are? Then subsequent, July, August, when we get a brand new shipment, because we have to make it, right? We have to make labels, and that slows things down. If I have to have all of those unique labels now, it may push our launch until June. And we don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that? Okay.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, like our bags for energy, they come from China. We have to order them. They have to produce them. They have to ship them. It takes us, 10 weeks to get new bags to be able to put product in. And so I would much prefer one time only, to send, 10,000 energies that have basically sticker on it says
So pray
all
for
the
that.
information.
So pray for
What's
that.
Yeah, and probably also we try to do some maybe connections with people that know people there, because again, that's Nigeria. When they see that it's America, they may want to delay or trying to. So we'll look for our own contacts and see how we can, if it's possible to just like encourage that. Can they just look into that one time, or talk to the.
No, I agree, and Benjamin is very well connected.
We'll see what we can do from our own end too.
And
so
and
I want to say that. Yeah.
And the gentleman today, again, I apologize. I assumed he was in your groups, because when I mentioned your name, Melissa, he said he knew you. Dr. Ed, and Dr. Ed is.
Okay.
So, but we'll do that as well. We're going to push this as fast as possible, but we're also going to do this legal. We're going to do this so that we don't get in trouble with the government. Yes. We're going to do that in the proper way.
So my last thing is, since we know, like you said, that it might take 10 months or 11 months maybe you should line up other products so that those ones go at their normal pace. so that by the time it's 10 months, maybe we'll be able to add 1 or 2 more products without having to pay that amount of money.
Well, absolutely. And like I say, the great thing is that as we grow the business, we want to have the right products for the marketplace. We also understand that, you know, an American glass bottles may not be the best for Eastern Nigeria, right? That's where I'm saying I would love to find potentially a way to get Daily Build Liquid, which is a fabulous product, in a single serve sachet, so people can do it. And again, but as you know, the going on the goes, they cost more. They could cost more to produce. And so it's a balancing act. And so we're always looking for ways to even change the way we configure things, because like going on the goes, they come in those long sleeves. That's expensive. But if I can put more of them in a smaller box, then it's actually cheaper for me to ship. It's just the quirks of business. And we're even looking to make some changes here in the United States.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Because, so, you know, again, there's a lot behind the scenes because we have to get bank accounts. We've got to get legal, we have to incorporate. We have to have a company called Live Pure Nigeria.
Yeah.
I've got to go to Nigeria probably in mid-January to sign the bank documents. We have to become a member of the Chamber of Commerce. There's lots of things that operationally there. We have to find a warehouse. We have to find an import agent. It's lots of things that have to kind of go at the same time, so that when we ship product in first week in February, that it's on a boat, and when it arrives at the port, it can come off the port, that the customs officials will say, yes, this product is approved, and then release it to be then put in a warehouse.
Sure. Makes sense.
So,
yeah,
lots of little things to do.
Good.
But like I say, the good news, and we're excited about bringing the Pure message to West Africa. It's, you know, Nigeria will be the first of many countries that we develop over the next 2-3 years.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. I know you guys might have more questions, but I'm going to wrap it up here as I have my 8 o'clock Zoom and have to use this line for it. So if you guys have more questions, you can, you know, email Tim. He gave you his email, tim@livepure.com. And we will reconnect when we can talk with Benjamin some more. So I do appreciate your time, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you all.
We'll be in